Welcome to Podnutz Daily for November 4th, 2008, episode number 108. Had a pretty interesting computer come in today. I considered it an easy job. It was a Dell laptop, Inspiron 1725, I think. Pretty new. Running Vista, 3 gigs of RAM, dual-core processor. And the customer could not get internet. That was the only problem. I like jobs where a customer can't get internet because it's usually a setting. It's not usually the hardware on a laptop. And so what I usually do first is, try to log on to my network with their wireless card and see if that works. And if that doesn't work, Vista has some pretty good repair features and diagnostic features in the wireless setup and the wireless installation. So just run those and see if it finds it on its own. It probably won't. Customers probably already tried all the normal things, but you never know. Then what happened was the computer was running Trend Micro antivirus. In my past experience, Trend Micro can be very, what's the word? It could block a lot of traffic coming in and out of your computer. Well, if you right-clicked on the Trend Micro icon in the bottom right-hand corner by the clock, there was an option activated called Halt Internet Traffic. Once I unchecked that, smooth sailing. But there may have been some other things that needed to be cleaned up, but as far as that goes, that was how the whole problem with the internet access. Trend Micro was just stopping the internet access. And it was just a simple right click on the icon to get that going. But anyway, even after that was done, I went into Internet Explorer. I love resetting all of Internet Explorer settings back to factory default. It's a feature of Internet Explorer 7 and Internet Explorer 8. It does not exist in Internet Explorer 6. So when your browser in Internet Explorer 6 gets hijacked, it might be difficult at times to get it back to the way it was originally. Not the case in Internet Explorer 7. I've had a lot of problems with Internet Explorer 7 not connecting to the internet and being fixed by just doing that reset. It's in Internet Options, Tools, on the Advanced tab, go down and click the Reset button, bring it back to factory settings. It doesn't even wipe out favorites or anything like that. It just deactivates add-ons and some other stuff. So I did that. Another thing, if your computer's not getting internet access, is to run WinSock XP Fix. We have done that with magical results oftentimes, where that's the only problem is the TCP/IP stack is corrupted or messed up, and you run WinSock XP Fix, and it fixes it. What else we got here? Well, that was it for that one. Easy job. I was talking the last couple episodes about a problem I was having with AVG antivirus. I was thinking that it was crashing my systems. Turns out it's not the case. It was our flash drives. But all of our flash drives in the shop there were infected. And they got infected, I think, from one particular computer that was just totally infested with junk. We reformatted our drives, and everything was fine, which is good. Us reformatting our flash drives, so we keep all our tools on our flash drives. Us reformatting our drives was good because then we were able to download all the latest releases of things. Like, we run Smith Fraud Fix, CCleaner, Super Anti-Spyware, Dial-A-Fix, and a couple other things. Internet Explorer 7, now we're using Internet Explorer 8. So we went and as we downloaded each piece of software, we got the latest version now. Latest version of Super Anti-Spyware, the latest version of Smith Fraud Fix. So it's always good, maybe once a month. If you feel eventful, do it even more times than that. Just make sure your tools are updated in the latest updates. They got the latest update of AVG. Because at one point, our AVG started giving us not an error, but a warning when we used to start it up and install it off of our flash drives. It said, we highly recommend that you download the latest version of AVG because this installer is the old version and it may not work. So maybe something happened with that, which was giving AVG a problem, but I think AVG is okay now. I want to talk a little bit about doing a reinstall on an operating system versus doing a cleanup on a job. Me and my dad at the shop today, we got talking about this because, I'm in the computer repair business and I don't get paid unless I finish a job. So at what point when you're working on a computer and you're trying to clean it up, and it's just giving you one problem after another, at what point do you say, well, I just need to do a reinstall? And it could be very, gosh, my vocabulary is getting lesser by the day here. What's the word? And insidious. It can be very insidious how these computers, certain computers pull you in and they basically dangle a carrot in front of your head saying, if you fix this, the job will be done. And then you fix that one problem on that computer and it causes another problem. And so you think you got to fix that next problem. And once you fix that, it causes another problem. I call it like the carrot, chasing the carrot job. So I just kind of coined that today, actually. Where you have a computer and you think it doesn't need a reinstall because there's one thing wrong with it. Once you fix that one thing, another thing appears, and another thing appears. And that could get you going all day to the point where you're like, no matter how long it's going to take, you're going to clean up that computer and, conquer that computer. You could almost make like a game out of it. And it eats up all your whole day before you know it, the day's over. Well, those computers, there's nothing I don't think you can really do about them because you're trying to go in for the cleanup originally. You think you could do it, and you go for it. And it's not like right off the bat, you could see the computer so messed up that it definitely needs a reinstall. There's only one or two things wrong, and you try to fix them. And then they cause two more things to be wrong, and you try to fix them. When do you draw the line? It's a toss-up. But those computers can really trick you into wasting a whole day if you're not careful, and even a couple days. But the good thing about doing those jobs is you learn a lot about these errors. You learn a lot about the errors and how to fix them. When you do a reinstall, you limit your education of how to fix computers because whatever was causing the computer to act funny, you just wiped it out with the reinstall. So you didn't really get a good handling on how to fix it. But if you're going to be in the computer repair business, you have to have a good balance between the two because, hey, a reinstall may take a couple hours, but trying to find out and dig into a computer and find out exactly what's wrong with that particular problem might take you a couple days. So it's a balance. Just be careful you don't chase the carrot until you're broke. We had I mentioned eye strain on my glossy monitor. I was blaming my glossy monitor for my eye strain versus the matte screen, like an MATTE screen that I've been using before. I didn't notice the eye strain. I got a couple emails about that. I'm going to read that later. I don't know why that is right there in my show notes or my notes here. Okay, well let's get right into the leaf blower contest. I'm going to announce a winner today for the leaf blower contest. Those of you who don't know what I'm talking about is I'm giving away a leaf blower. Why am I, a computer repair person, giving away a leaf blower? Because a leaf blower is one of the best tools you can use to clean all the dust out of a computer. Originally suggested to me by Carrie Holzman from Computer America. I totally give him the credit for planting that seed in my mind. And then the subject of several weeks of debate whether I should or shouldn't use a leaf blower at the shop. Finally, Ken Watts down in Florida, I think Ken is. No, Ken is in Ohio. I don't know where you are, Ken. I forget. But Ken sent me a leaf blower, and we've been using that in the shop ever since he sent it to us with fantastic